Welcome everybody to this test ride review of the brand new 2026 Harley Davidson Street Glide 3. This is the CVO variant in a beautiful orange and black paint job. We're going to go over all the great features of this trike, and the most important thing is Harley has finally fixed the rear suspension. They got with the 21st century, they updated it. We're going to talk about all the features they put into it and functionally what makes it so much better than the old suspension. Let's get started. Normally I would start a review talking about comfort, but you guys already know trikes are comfortable. We will get to that, but you're here because you want to know what makes the new Harley trike so much different, because they've been the same for so long, and that is the new suspension. We've got a Dion style suspension, okay? What is that? Well, it effectively doubled, more than doubled, the wheel travel of the previous live axle. You've got a Watts linkage, sway bar, and what does all that mean in layman's terms? Well, you're not feeling every single freaking bump in the road. It's much more comfortable. We've got a little frost heave here on this road as we go around this corner up here, and I can tell you on the Street Glide I felt it, and I can still feel the bumps here as the front wheel goes over it, but it's not bad like the old trike was. This feels like a normal motorcycle with a good suspension. This trike now feels comfortable. These bumps are not uncomfortable anymore. Harley finally fixed the rear suspension. If you guys are considering a trike, or you've been on Harley trikes before, or you own a Harley trike, and you're like, well, is this really that big of an improvement? Yes, it is. It is a significant improvement, not a small improvement, significant. Now, with the new suspension, most likely due to the new parts and linkages and all that stuff, it is functionally 1.5 inches wider in footprint at the rear than the old trike. Not a huge difference, but just something to keep in mind. Now, we are on the Street Glide 3. This is a new variant of the trikes for Harley. From what they informed me at the dealership, all of the new Harley trikes have this new Dion suspension system. So that includes the Tri-Glide, Freewheeler, Street Glide 3, Road Glide 3, and I think that's all of them. Now, on the Street Glide 3, we also get the big new Grand American Touring Pack. It's a little bigger, and you can fit 2 full-size, full-face helmets inside of that pack. They were very proud about featuring that they've expanded the size of that, made some improvements to the trunk, and of course on the trike you have the bottom trunk as well. Now, we've covered the suspension. While we're on that topic, let's talk about handling. Compared to the old Harley trike, as far as steering and actual handling performance goes, it does feel a little better, because as part of that new suspension, it handles cornering better, okay? You don't feel like you're going to come unweighted as much as you did on the old trikes when you take a corner at speed. Functionally, it feels much better in the corners for steering. Maybe just a tad lighter than before. It's not a night and day difference, but it is noticeable, especially if you have ridden previous Harley trikes. Overall, I couldn't be happier with their performance. The only thing that held me back from considering a Harley trike for touring is that rear suspension. It was awful, and you had to get like some new upgraded kit, take it in and pay extra to have the suspension changed on the old Tri-Glides. Now you're good. This is what the suspension should have been all along. Harley finally fixed it, and I gotta give them props. They did a really great job. Hey everyone, future editing Motoblade here. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, I'd really appreciate if you would consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, maybe by the end of this year, but hopefully by next year. So if you would consider doing that, it would mean a lot to me. Okay, thanks, bye. All right, moving on to comfort. It's basically a lazy boy on wheels. It's super comfortable. We're on the CVO, so they got the CVO style seat on here, you know, the extra embroidery, all that crap. But functionally, as comfort goes, seat is super duper comfortable. Bars, perfect position. Floorboards, nice, wide, cushy, good. It's just absolutely perfect. You could ride this thing back and forth across the country all day long, no problem whatsoever. Comfort is 10 out of 10. Oh shoot, I'll give it an 11 out of 10. And part of that is due to that new suspension, because I'm not feeling every bump in the road anymore. The suspension lends a hand not just in handling, but in comfort as well. Now, as far as power and performance goes, we are running the Milwaukee 8 121. A couple years ago, we bumped up to the 117s, and now we have 121s, the VVT variation. We are in sport mode. You guys can see the S down there on our screen. All right, our new speed limit is 55, so I'm just going to do a little pull. We're in 4th gear. Right on up. Sport mode is fantastic. That 121, you know, you're hauling a lot of weight here with the Trike. On the motorcycles, it is definitely quicker. I was on them yesterday, but it is no slouch, especially in sport mode. You also have other riding modes, which I'm going to click through here. We've got rain, which I used yesterday on my Street Glide test ride because I hit a wall of rain and it was awful. But that really did add some confidence and stability to the ride. Rain mode, road mode, and then sport mode. We're going to leave it in sport. There are 2 additional modes that you can customize as well. But you have to be stopped to be able to do that. Now, talking about some of the creature comforts, obviously this is your ultimate touring machine. So we've got heated seats. I believe there are also heated grips. If not installed, then I'm sure they can be. I just didn't figure out where those were before we left. Anyway, we've got cruise control, we've got traction control, we can cycle through stuff on the display. You can change what is displayed on either side of the Skyline OS display here in front of you. And we're gonna pop on navigation here just for a moment. You also have Apple CarPlay. Nice little creature comfort. No Android Auto yet. As far as I'm aware, it is wired Apple CarPlay, but there's lots of videos online. You guys can find these little adapters to plug in, and it pretty much becomes wireless to your phone. So if you want to have your phone like mounted out here on a handlebar and not have to wire it in, that's an option. You guys can search and find those videos on YouTube. I brought an adapter with me. I forgot to plug it in to see if it worked on here. It works on the Indians. I'm sure it will probably work similarly on the Harleys. We've got upgraded Rockford Fosgate audio on the CVO touring variant here. So we've got 2 speakers in the rear coming out of the rear seat. We've got 2 speakers up front here, and then 2 speakers down below me here coming out of the front leg fairing. So we've got a total of 6 all the way around. The sound is phenomenal. That's gonna have to be a trust me bro on that one, because if I play any sort of audio or music in the video, YouTube doesn't like it. But I'm telling you guys, the sound is amazing. Kick it into cruise control here. Very, very nice. The windscreen is actually functional on here. You know, riding the Road Glide or the Street Glide yesterday, they came with these very low windscreens, and Harley windscreens are usually just abysmal. That's like the first thing people swap out is they get a taller one because it's hardly functional at all. I don't know if this one is stock. I think it is. I think that windscreen comes stock because they didn't mention it in the accessories list. So it functions very well. I'm in this good pocket here, like the quarterback in the pocket. All this air is going right over my head. If I put my hand up, I'm feeling the air right about 2 to 3 inches above my head, so I got some room to spare. I'm not getting any buffet. The leg fairings work great. As far as just overall stability in the wind, this feels phenomenal. Really, really great. This little damper here helps as well. Get some more airflow pushed up and over. Yeah, that works pretty well. We'll keep it up for now. So we've talked about comfort, performance. We've talked about the new suspension and handling. Let's talk about design. This is the first year for the Street Glide 3. This is their newest variant in the lineup. Last year, actually it may have been 2 years ago, they introduced the Road Glide 3, the RG3. And it's basically just taking the front fairing looks of those classic bikes, the Street Glide and the Road Glide, and slapping them onto the front of the Trike, as we probably will be moving away from the Tri-Glide look at some point. However, across the lineup, they assured me at the demo area that they all have this new suspension. I want to confirm that for you guys on the freewheeler, because if they did do that on the freewheeler, I'd be impressed, but it seems like a little bit of overkill there maybe. But I'll put on the screen for you guys if I'm going to double check that when I get back home, just to be sure. But the Street Glide 3, I think it's probably their best looking trike in the lineup now. It takes its cues, obviously, from the old Batwing fairing that they've had for years, with the new redesign of the Street Glide that happened 2 years ago. LEDs up front, including some very new cool LEDs down on the front leg fairings. I will show you guys those lights when we do the walk around of this trike and show you how cool they look. As far as storage goes, I'll show you the trunk as well, and then there's one other thing which is up here, this drawer, which I think is super duper cool. You have a little push button and the drawer comes out to you, and there's tons of room in there. It's not just like a cramped little cubby like you get on the Road Glide 3 or nothing. Is it the Road Glide 3? Oh, just on a standard Road Glide, I guess. I like this new pop-out drawer. Very cool, lots of room in there. Not quite deep enough for a wallet unless you have one of those thin like metal wallets, but for a phone and maybe your key fob, absolutely perfect. Quick walk around of this trike because we have a few people waiting. Just going to show you guys the trunk here. Oh, we've got a extra backrest in there. Very nice upgraded new trunk. We've got 12-volt plug-in. Really, really nice. The new Grand American Touring Pack is quite lovely. Now in the rear down here, we've also got lots of great storage space. Obviously, another nice feature when you have a trike. Down here we've got our adjustable preload for the new rear suspension. Easy to access. Nice, good, wide passenger floorboards. And then up front we've got the new LED lights in the front leg fairings. Nice. There is one drawback, in my opinion, to this vehicle. This is the ultimate trike. It is comfortable. It handles great. The new suspension is wonderful. The technology, the Skyline OS display, there's so much you can do with this display, which obviously I'm not going to do while I'm riding here for safety reasons. And I don't have the muscle memory mapped out for all these buttons over here, because this is a demo ride. But there is so much customizability that you have over the Skyline OS display. You can change the contrast, you can change the gauges, you have Apple CarPlay, and of course that unlocks so many apps and things that are available for you. It's the ultimate touring machine, with one drawback. The price I cannot stomach, and that's just me. But Harley trike prices have always been high. Here's my 2 cents on what I would do personally, and this is just me. This is Harley's first year with the suspension. Seems to be great. The motor we already know has been good. The 121, the Milwaukee 8's been around for a while. They fixed the bugs of the very, very early 107 Milwaukee 8's, and it's been a great engine ever since. Functionally, everything else has had years under it except this new suspension, and that's where we need to be careful. If there's any bugs or kinks to it, they're probably going to find them in the first year here. And with the price being what it is, I would wait a year or two. Let a few of these hit the market, get that first owner depreciation, and then look to scoop them up when they come in on a trade somewhere, as long as we find no issues with the suspension. I don't expect there to be. I watched the whole video, and you guys can find it online from Harley. It's a pretty awesome design, but you never know. There could be some first-year hiccups. And that's my only caveat to this. You know, otherwise a great machine, but pricey, and we don't have a year of data on this suspension yet. Overall, my impression of this trike, 11 out of 10. I'm beyond impressed. I just purposely put my wheel over in that bumpy part of the road there. So much better. Like, I would have done anything to try to dodge and avoid that on the old Trike Glide with the old suspension. Now, no, that was absolutely fine. That felt more comfortable than hitting that in my car, okay? I'm not sure I'm going to try to nail a pothole with the nose wheel, but you guys get my point. The suspension is that good. I'm no longer worried about trying to dodge every bump or small pothole system in the road like on the old Trikes. That is the big upgrade for this year from Harley Davidson, and I think it is worth it. The CVO is just kind of pricey, but it is a great looking trike. What do you guys think about the new suspension? What do you think about the new Street Glide 3 variant? They have a limited, which is a little bit stripped down from this, and then they have this CVO version. Also, of course, it's Harley, so lots of different colors, lots of options available. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I don't claim to know all things. I try to do my best for you guys, but if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them for you. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please hit that thumbs up button. That helps me crack the YouTube algorithm and get this video out to more people interested in these awesome new trikes. If you're new here and you feel I've earned it, consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Click the bell icon next to it and you'll get notified when there are new videos to watch here on Motoblade. I've toured across the country multiple times on my Indian Chieftain Dark Horse, hit national parks, Sturgis a few times, as well as tons of test rides at different demo days for Indian, Harley, Honda, Kawasaki, even Can-Am, and there might be a few other brands in there too. I've done so many at this point, probably well over 100 test rides. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it, and again, let me know down below what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear from you guys. Till next time, be careful, ride safe, ride on. I'll catch you all in my next video. Deuces.